Nikki here. Y'all gonna have to excuse me today because I have just like heard some real like disturbing, disgusting stuff. So I'm just gonna get my 2 cents on the whole Chanel Jazzy Rowe and Brianna Brochu situation, because I am just so highly disturbed about what I'm hearing. I'm just trying so hard not to be dramatic just yet because the video just started, but it's pretty much gonna come. Anyways, this is my sister and her name is Zakia, and she's going to actually give some feedback too because it was just so disturbing. We just had to make a video about it. So basically with the video about the girl Brianna Brochu and Jazzy, if you hashtag justice for Jazzy, it'll probably come up because it's of the college students that goes to dang, what's the name of the college? I can't even remember the college. But anyway, if you justice for Jazzy, Google it, whatever, you'll see what's coming up. So basically, Jazzy is a college student that went to college, and she had to share a dorm room with another girl, a white girl, named Brianna. So Brianna must have felt some type of way about Jazzy, who's a black girl, and she decided she wanted to be like, do the most, basically to try to get her out of the room. And she did a number of filthy, disgusting things to her, such as take her toothbrush and put it in her rectum. She spit in her coconut oil. She took moldy clam juice or chowder dip and put it in her lotions or face lotions. And she did what else? Amongst other things.
She also spit in her coconut oil, which was truly disgusting. And she put that on her lips, her mouth, basically her whole body, and possibly her hair too. So
and let's not forget the tampon.
Right, that too.
She took a bloody tampon and rubbed it on this girl's bag. Mind you, the girl is on her live, and she said that she sleeps with the bag like on the one of the edges of her bed. There's a wooden pole that she just hangs the bag on, and you know, she sleeps with the bag like where her head is. So meanwhile, she's sleeping with all of this bacteria in the air near her head, and she's basically taking it in. Now, the girl Jazzy has been getting sick, and she has not realized or understood why she was getting sick, and she has been going on to the campus doctors, I believe it was, and they eventually told her after going back and forth that they couldn't do anything more for her. So now she has to keep coming back and forth to New York to get treatment because they don't know what's wrong with her. Come to find out, she has a bacterial infection in her throat, and she knew something was wrong. At first she didn't know because she said that she always gets sick, and when she gets sick, it starts with her throat first. But she said it started like getting worse, and it didn't stop. Like, it just kept getting worse. Oh, who raised this girl? Like, who would, like, who thinks of such torturous, disgusting, nasty, filthy ways to do a person? Mind you, the girl Jazzy was sharing her fridge and her microwave and a whole bunch of other crazy stuff with her. Not crazy stuff, but other stuff with her, you know, because she was being nice to her the whole entire time. She also said that the girl Brianna would come in a room while Jazzy's in there doing her homework, and would come in just to turn off the light deliberately and then to walk back out. Like,
if you had a problem with your roommate, or just didn't like him in the first place, you could have asked a friend to switch with you or talk to somebody about it, but you don't have to go to these extreme lengths. Like, it was really never that deep.
I mean, that's like beyond. Like, because like you took this is so freaking nasty. Like, it's so nasty and disturbing. Because you mean to tell me that, like, where did you get that from? Like, first of all, who taught you to put a toothbrush where the sun don't shine? Says so, she said in a post. Who taught you to do that? Who taught you to be like to put a toothbrush with that somebody puts in their mouth, and you put it in your lower region area? Like, how nasty. Oh my god, I'm so disturbed. Like, I just can't. Like, I'm trying. Oh god, I'm so disturbed because I don't understand like how a person could be so disgusting and so filthy. Like, that is beyond nasty. And it just,
and what sucks even more is that nobody's doing anything about it until she posted it up on social media.
Yes, so she had told, was it public safety that's on campus, and they were supposed to be investigating the situation, and somebody from public safety told this young lady who just got violated in the most disgustingest, nastiest ways that they might not even do nothing about it. Oh God in heaven. Because let me tell you, let that happen to me. Oh, nobody's gonna do nothing about it? Alright. Cool.
So
now see, the Bronx in me would have sat there and did some other things. Like took it amongst my own self to make sure I got justice. But you know, this girl, she doesn't even seem like the type. Like she seems like she was like really nice to the girl. She was sharing with the girl. Like on top of this girl treating her like she was invisible. Still being nice to the girl and like sharing her stuff with the girl or whatever like that. And whatever this disgusting sick trash was going through her head or whatever like that, she still felt the need to sit there and be nasty and disgusting to her and treat her like she was nothing. And then you go and do that. Like ignoring a person is already like mental torment enough. Then you sit there and decide that you wanted to just go be extra, and like that was your choice of like I don't even know what to say. Like, that was your choice of disgustingness to do to a person. Like, for what? What did she do to you? She did nothing to you but be nice, but you treated her like she was invisible, so she said nothing to you, which is still fine, because you should have been able to live with somebody not speaking to you. Since you had a problem with her so much, like, her not speaking to you shouldn't have bothered you, but somehow, along the way, that still bothered you, and it still irked your nerves to the point where you had to sit there and go spit in her coconut oil. Then, the girl Jazzy, the black girl, she did a live because she said that nothing was getting done. So she decided to take it public, which was the absolute smartest thing to do, because you know when it comes down to black people, unless we take it public, then nothing gets seen or heard. So she took it and she did a live, and she explained to people what was happening to her and what happened to her, and then all of a sudden it blew up or whatever like that. She had people coming to her room that had nothing to do with the situation to come collect keys, trying to give her advice to keep quiet, basically, and that the situation is over and that she should just basically get over it. I'm glad this girl, you know, as smart, as nice, as you know, as she was, she was like, no, I'm just not gonna get over it, because literally, I don't understand how, like, oh God, like, I just can't even, like, fathom. You can't really trust nobody out here nowadays, because it's just like, what lengths? Like, why did it have to be like that? Like, of all things you could have done to a person that you don't like.
And then on top of that, they threatened to kick her out of the college campus if she's
told.
I would have took that whole risk, told everybody, and still left that school, because you could find a better campus than that if that was the case. Like,
mind you, they're paying their college tuition there. I'm paying for my education. And now I have to stress out, because not only is this white girl, like, doesn't like me, but she's trying to kill me, literally. Like, you would stick your,
so gross.
You know, your rectum,
so gross,
where waste comes out, and that's not attempted murder. Like, man, I just can't believe what I'm hearing. Like, and I didn't even know this even happened. I literally just found this out. And I think she knew about it, right? Because you knew about it. He was telling me a little bit about it. But it was like, I had to look it up for myself, because I couldn't believe it. Because I don't think people would be that disgusted. I don't care what race you are. That's just not...
That's not okay. Like, what can possibly go through your mind to ever think that something this extreme is really okay to do to a person? And if the girl was right, the black girl was right, if the roles were switched, everybody would have had like a whole series... It just would have blew up. The whole situation would have blew up over here, over there, back there, in front of us.
Everybody would have known.
Right, but you know, it's just because it is a black female, that it shouldn't even go as extreme as it should.
Like, nothing is happening as fast as it would if the roles were reversed. Now, Jazzy, the black girl, was saying how if it was reversed, you know, things would have been happening like this. Public safety, the news, everybody would have been, like, on it. It would have been, like, case closed by now, because they would have already fixed it. And it would have been, like, black girl goes to jail for 20 years to life, and then the white girl walks free. But because the roles are reversed,
The white girl gets 6 months.
The white girl gets 6 months apparently because from what we were hearing, we're quoting right now that the white girl got only 6 months, and like
may possibly get charged for a hate crime. Possibly.
What's the possibly? Like, what is it? Like, what is the possibly? I don't understand why they keep saying possibly, because how is that not a hate crime? Like, explain to me how that is not a hate crime. The girl does nothing to you the whole entire time, includes, oh, and not to mention, the black girl was feeding her and gave her all her good fish. All the good fish. Like, who? I'm not giving nobody my good fish if they're going to sit there and tell me that, oh, they're going to sit there coming when I'm doing my work, turning off lights. It's not happening. The black girl was feeding this white girl, too. And the black girl's name is Jazzy. The white girl's name is Brianna. So Jazzy was feeding Brianna on top of the fact that the white girl was not even acknowledging her presence, like, at all.
It's so disgusting. You can't tell me it's not a hate crime, because that little comment she put in that post, Black Jamaican Barbie.
So it's just like it's just, I just can't. I think it said Jamaican Barbie, but same difference. Same difference. We understand, but still, like, it's like who does this? Like, who? Girl, who face you? I feel like punching you right in the face. Like, oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I have never heard of something so disgusting in my life, because my mother, my father, my grandmother, every black person I know was not ever in life raised like this. Now, I'm not saying that every white person is raised like this. That is not what I'm saying. So please don't get me all misquoted and stuff like that. But what I am saying is, for nasty people like that, nasty people like that Brianna girl, I mean, like, who are your parents? Your parents should be shamed. Oh my gosh, your parents should be so shamed. Like, it's just, ugh. I have to keep taking pauses to calm myself down, because I really want to punch this camera, because it's just like, I just wish it was her face. But I'm not going to do that because I paid good money for this. But it's like, just, oh my gosh. I just gotta.
Imagine walking around.
I just gotta take a breather. Because who does this? That's nasty. Like, oh.
Imagine walking around knowing that your child did this to another person, and the fact that people will know you are that parent of the child. Like, that falls back on the whole family.
Like, now your family getting looked at because you're nasty, irresponsible self. So now your family getting looked at like, oh, they nasty too because they raised you. And it's just, oh my gosh, like, OMG. God knows who to put in these situations, because it couldn't have been me. Jazzy, more power to you, because she's actually really pretty. Like, she is gorgeous. She's a gorgeous black girl. And I don't know if it was jealousy. I'm pretty sure it had to play a part, because the things that she did, like, you specifically targeted her coconut oil, you targeted her skincare products, and you targeted like what else? And you, like, yeah, like the book bag. Like, you went towards her fashions and, like, her skin products, and you targeted her health, which is the main problem that I have a problem. This is the main thing that I have a problem with. You targeted that young lady's health.
And then on top of that, another reason why I will be jealousy is because when the little petty things that she was doing wasn't getting to her, she went to a farther length. Yeah. She went to extremes
to make this girl's life miserable. She's paying her tuition just like you're paying your tuition. She's trying to get her education just like you should be trying to get your ignorant education. Because you, I don't know who, I don't even got the words to say because it's so nasty. Like, you, oh, I'm talking to the camera like, you know, it's Brianna. You, like, I'm just so bad. Like, who does these things? I've never heard of nothing so nasty in my life.
Can't trust nobody now. Now you gotta, you know, I bet a lot of people right now gonna go smell of their brushes, their toothbrushes, and smell of their oils and lotions.
And they should, especially if they, you know, if a girl who don't like you for no reason. And jealousy is something. You know, I was always raised to know that jealousy led to envy, and envy can lead you to murder. It is true. It is true, because not even this situation, you can see the Kanika situation too. This is some real weird stuff that's going on with these girls nowadays. What is going on? All this jealousy. Like, you cannot sit there and tell me that this situation with Jazzy and Brianna was not jealousy. Now, Brianna felt some type of way about homegirl because of whatever her reasons was. So now she felt like she needed to, just like you said, because the little petty stuff wasn't bothering her, and because Jazzy was being the queen that she is and wasn't responding to none of the petty stuff because she was just brushing it off her shoulders. She felt like, oh, okay, well, that's not bothering you. Let me see what else I can do. But to take it to this extreme, like literally, like homegirl, you have lost your God-given mind if you decided to take a toothbrush and stick it in your rectum.
How is that not comfortable for you? Like,
right? How do you just do that and be okay? Like, how do you stick a toothbrush? First of all, the bristles,
right,
are just like weird. So how weird?
I don't know what she has been doing with that area, but she probably was scrubbing up in there pretty well to get her throat infected.
Which brings me to my next point. So, the Jazzy girl ended up getting an infection in her throat. So, Miss Brianna, sweetheart, what you got going on down there? Because, apparently, like, Jazzy is all infected all up and down her throat. So, again, Miss Brianna, what's all that going on down there? Like, you know, this is the nasty stuff I'm talking about. She didn't think this was gonna even happen. She didn't think people were gonna put two and two together. Like, oh, Brianna got an infection in her throat. So what would that say about Miss Jazzy got an infection in her throat? So what would that say about Miss Brianna? She didn't think we would think like that. I don't think she did.
She ain't gonna get nobody. She gonna be single for the rest of her days.
She needs to be in jail for the rest of her days. Cause to me, she did the absolute most. Like, she did the absolute most. And I'm so proud of Jazzy because this girl did not react yet. Her biggest reaction was taking it to, like, public. Because let it happen. This girl from the Bronx, and I'm just going to leave it at that because that just don't make no type of sense. So, how do y'all feel about this? Because, like, it's just, I just have no words. Like, I've never heard of such disgustingness in my life. Like, you literally thought in your nasty, disgusting, twisted brain to take molded clam dip and put it in this girl's face. She was jealous because who does stuff like that? That's like a girl getting into a fight and the first thing they do is cut your hair. That's jealousy. How do you sit there and target all these things? Her health, her skin, and her hair?
That's gross.
Think about it. That's her health, her skin, and her hair.
She's basically just trying to ruin her whole
She's trying to ruin her appearance. Yeah, her whole entire being. Because her health, her skin, and her hair. Her health being the nasty infection from putting a nasty... Oh, and then she said that... Jazzy said that Brianna was posting pictures of her eating and then posted under it, I think the caption was, only if she knew where those utensils been.
That is like, where was the utensils? You fitting that up there too? Like... Girl, you shouldn't even have that much space.
Oh, my head is spinning. I'm dizzy, y'all. I'm dizzy. Oh my gosh, like. And then I think the Jazzy girl was saying how at the end of the paragraph, because the girl, because Brianna's not that smart, she's in college for no reason, and she shouldn't even be in nobody else's college after this because she wasn't smart. So God was really paying attention to Jazzy and made sure things happen in a way, because the way Jazzy found out was because this idiot Brianna girl posted it on and was posting all the other things that she was doing to Jazzy on her Instagram and on her social media. I think it was her social media. I'm not sure which social media, but it was social media. Way to go, Brianna. Way to freaking go. Because, you know, but it's a good thing she did that, because, you know, the girl she didn't know what was wrong with her, and if the doctors didn't know what was wrong with you and why your throat was all crazy, that's a problem. So God was really looking out for Jazzy, because how else would she have known unless this nasty little ratchet trash of a person didn't say, you know, put it on her social medias and stuff like that. Like, girl, Jazzy said that she was downstairs moving her stuff out, so she had a handful of stuff when they first told her that she needs to look at the messages that everybody was sending her. She couldn't, but somebody else showed her while she was holding. Like, oh, I would have dropped everything. I would have ran myself up those steps, and I would have dragged Brianna. That's what I'm gonna say. I would have dragged her up and down those hallways, outside that schoolyard, or the parking lot or whatever you want to call it, and it would have gotten real. Yo, Jazzy is much better than